One of my favorite parts about our listing at 1931 East 38th and a half Street is that you essentially get to live in Mueller, but you do not have to pay even close to the Mueller prices. Here in just a little bit, I'm gonna walk you through our listing. It's a townhome. It's a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath home with an office. It is absolutely stunning. There's a lot of really cool design elements with it. But first, I wanted to show you, we are literally across the street from the Mueller Butterfly Garden. Like literally, I feel like I could touch it right now. I could throw a baseball and hit the Mueller Butterfly Garden, and I really can't throw a baseball that far, all right? The Butterfly Garden is connected to Mueller Lake Park, and so you are literally just steps away from having access to everything Mueller has to offer. But technically, this townhome complex is not a part of Mueller, and so we are listed right now in the low 500s. And if this townhome were literally across the street in Mueller, it would easily be listed for $625,000, $650,000, which is totally crazy, which is why I think this is like the deal of the century here on the east side of Austin. On that note, in addition to being right across the street from Mueller, you're also just a hop, skip, and a jump from every single thing that the east side has to offer. If you're a golfer, you got Morris Williams Golf Course just like a mile right down the street from here. You got access to everything on Manor and just all of the near east side. So coffee shops, bars, restaurants, pubs, you have access to everything Austin has to offer, okay? We are literally 6 minutes away from the University of Texas. So this could be a great unit for a college student, a grad student, PhD student who just wants to be really close to campus, but you don't want to have to live right on campus, or just someone freaking awesome who wants to be close to a lot of really cool stuff. If we're 6 miles away from UT, that means we're only, 6 minutes away from UT, that means we're probably only about 7 or 8 minutes from downtown. Crazy location. Let's go see this house now. Super excited to show it to you. And you know what? One more thing I want to show you before we hop in. This townhome complex, there's only about 30 units in this complex, so it's a very kind of intimate, boutique little townhome complex. And each townhome is in a cluster of 3 other units. This one, unit 33, which is our listing, it is on the end. So you don't have any side neighbors over here, which is really cool because at the end of the day, if you're gonna buy a condo, typically you're gonna have neighbors on either side of you, 2 neighbors. You're gonna have a neighbor above you, a neighbor below you. And even if you're buying a typical townhome, you're typically gonna have neighbors on either side of you. But here at our listing, you're only gonna have 1 shared wall. So it's a super peaceful, very serene, really chill complex. Now let's get inside and we're gonna show you what it looks like. And I think you are going to be shocked at some of these design elements because they're like, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything like it, all right? Okay, so here we are. This is a 2-story unit. It's about 1,400 square feet. On the downstairs level, you've got the living, kitchen, garage, half bath. So let's take a look. So you walk right into this living room and it's nice, compact, efficient, and you have a lot of really great light. I mean, look at this. This is like, my wingspan is over 6.5 feet and these windows are stinking massive and awesome. Okay, see, you can put a sectional couch, 2 chairs here easily. This right here is kind of one of these design elements that I think is really cool. So our client did this. This is like a little, not a pantry or anything. It's just kind of like a little organizational, little adorable little moment here. They built this bar here. So really cool space for a bar. And it allows you to use a lot of this other storage in the kitchen really effectively. So yeah, I absolutely love this touch. And then you've got this big island here. You could put some bar stools over here easily, sink right in the middle of the island. And again, plenty of kind of pantry, kitchen storage here. Again, I just love the design elements here. And I mean, no expense was spared, right? I mean, look, turn around, look at this light fixture. Look how epic that is. Love this. And you got these sconces up here over these doorways. Like, this is just adorable. And then right here, you've got this kind of design element that looks just like our little cubby over here on the other side of the bar, but you open it up and it's actually the half bath. So check out this wallpaper. I seriously feel like I'm in like Marie Antoinette's half bath. If Marie Antoinette had a townhome, this would be what her downstairs half bath looked like. All right. Do you know who Marie Antoinette is?
I have no clue.
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, you lost me on that.
Dude, Aaron and I are going to learn some history after this. Well, Aaron's going to learn some history. I'm going to teach Aaron some history. And then out here, you've got the garage space. So a nice big 2-car garage. A lot of 2-car garages out here, they're really like 1.5 or 1 3/4 size garages. These are true 2-car garages out here. If you open up the garage door, it exits out into a nice little alley, but there's nothing really crazy to see back there. All right, you ready to see the upstairs?
Let's do it.
Truly, the upstairs is my favorite part about this house. Oh, by the way, this unit was built in 2016. Again, almost 1,400 square feet. Technically, it's a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. The HOA payment here is $300, like in the low three, like $306 a month, I think. That includes all exterior maintenance, which includes the roof and like common area insurance and things like that. So something you want to keep in mind. All right, so down at the end of this hallway, I think this is like a really cool little moment here. This is not a bedroom, so don't get freaked out, all right? Technically, this is like an office space. And so our client has actually used this as a guest room for people who come in from out of town. I remember at one point, or maybe the people who we bought it from several years ago, they had like a twin bed right here, and it was totally big enough for just like a guest to come in here and crash. I've seen it used as an office, a study, a library. So just a cool little kind of bonus flex space that really you can do whatever the heck you want with it, all right? Now, this is kind of the first bedroom. I love this bedroom for a couple different reasons. One, it's huge. Secondly, I love the high ceilings. It's like technically it's like more than a half vaulted ceiling here. So I love what they did there. And then you've got these nice big windows on 2 walls. So the natural light dynamic in here is just, again, very peaceful, very serene. This whole house is just kind of like a retreat. Right before we go out, there's a door right here that typically this would go, well, it literally does go into the bathroom, but I want to take you through the upstairs bathroom through the way that most people would go through it. All right, so this is the guest bathroom up here, hallway bathroom. So shower tub combo that's very deep, like really quality tub insert here. Super deep, commode, single vanity, very well appointed, pretty simple stuff, apart from the really cool design elements in here. Freaking A, that was awesome. Our clients have good taste. So if you want to be our client, you have to have good taste. And seriously, if you want more information about this listing or any of our other listings, definitely give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, and we will hook you up with the tour, information, whatever you need. And then in here is the washer and dryer. So like the utility area, it could be gas or electric dryer, doesn't matter. I set up for both, and I really like that it's right here at the entrance of the primary bedroom. Just super convenient, so let's check this out. Earlier, when Aaron and I did a walkthrough of the house, Aaron, when we walked in here, he was like, oh, this is freaking awesome. So full vaulted ceiling, great natural light, tons of space. This is a king size bed just to give you kind of context for the space. So like you could have another seating area over here. You could have your library. I really love what our client did with this. Again, she's got great taste, but yeah, lots of different things you could do in this room, but like I could sleep here. What about you, Aaron?
Yes,
I could sleep here, no problem. All right. Now in here, we've got the primary bath, a couple really cool things, double vanity. And then in here, trust me, there is a primary closet in here, and it's a pretty big closet, but kind of a dumping ground right now, but that's what most people do when they're selling their houses. So trust me, there's a primary closet in there. You got the commode room in here. Check this out. I haven't done a leg room check in a while. All right, so look, I'm 6.5 feet tall, and I got plenty of leg room, so I could do burpees in here if I wanted to. So like plenty of room. And then something that we've been seeing in a lot of new construction, kind of luxury new construction, is what they call a wet room. All right, so you got a humongous shower room in here, but you got the tub insert right here, and then you got the separate shower right here. So this is all just kind of a wet room. All right, so I'll say it again, apart from The awesome design details in this home. One of my favorite parts about this listing is that you're right next to Mueller, but you get a massive right across the street discount. Okay, so if you, a family member, a neighbor, or colleague are interested in this home, you have to reach out to us for more information. And I really would not wait too long because I really don't think this home is going to be on the market that much longer.